All right, let's talk about goals. Everyone has them, everyone talks about them, but how many of us actually hit them? Here's the truth: most people don't hit their goals. Not because they lack talent or ambition, but because they don't have a system. I've been there. I ran in circles trying to start my business. And trust me, nothing clicked until I got serious about my approach. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps that helped me hit my goals, whether it was selling over $1.5 million in real estate, growing my business, or deepening my faith. And it all comes down to four things: accountability, smart goals, time blocking, and being willing to suck at first. If you're ready to hit your goals, stick around because I'm going to give you tangible, actionable steps you can apply today. Oh, and just so you know, I'm not speaking from theory. I grew up with poor mental, physical, and emotional health. I didn't come to Christ until October 2023, but once I dove into my faith and started putting these principles into practice, everything changed. Let's get into it. Let's start with the most underrated factor in hitting your goals: accountability. You need an accountability partner, someone who's going to call you out when you're slacking and push you to do better. Here's why it works: it's so easy to break promises to yourself, but it's a lot harder to break a promise to someone else, especially when that someone else is someone that you love, you respect, you admire. For me, this was huge when I was trying to grow my business. There were days when I just didn't want to put into work, whether that was making sales calls, writing, or even going to the gym. But my accountability partner was there to remind me of why I started in the first place. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." That's the power of having someone in your corner. Find someone who shares your values, who's also serious about growth, and who isn't afraid to call you out. Schedule regular check ins. For me, it was a game changer. Whether in business or in my faith, having that external push kept me moving forward even when I wanted to quit. Next up, SMART goals. You've probably heard this before, but let's break it down in a way that you can actually use. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And here's why it's important: if your goals are vague, you'll never know if you're making progress. Take one of my early goals in real estate. I didn't just say, I want to sell houses. I set a SMART goal. I want to sell $500,000 worth of homes in the next 3 months. That's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, and I put a deadline on it. The Bible teaches us in Habakkuk 2 and 2, write the vision, make it plain on tablets so he may run who reads it. Writing down clear goals gives you something to run towards. It gives you a roadmap. So here's your action step right now. Write down one SMART goal for yourself, whether it's business, personal, or spiritual. The clearer you are about what you want, the easier it will be to reverse engineer how to get there. The third piece of the puzzle is time blocking. Here's the thing: you can set the best goals in the world, but if you don't block out the time to work on them, they're just dreams. Time blocking is about being intentional with your time. Instead of saying, I'll work on this when I have time, you say from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I'm working on this specific task, no matter what. For me, this was a game changer. When I started my business and writing my book, I would block out 2 hours every single morning for sales calls, and another hour in the afternoon for content creation. When you do this, distractions don't stand a chance because you know exactly what you need to be doing and when. Set up your week in advance. Block out time for your most important tasks and stick to it like your life depends on it, because in a way, it does. This is how you create momentum and make sure that progress is inevitable. Remember, time is your most valuable resource, so treat it with respect. Now, here's the part most people overlook, and for good reason: it's hard. You have to be willing to suck at first. I know it's not what you want to hear, but if you want to get good at anything, whether it's sales, writing, or even public speaking, you have to accept that you're going to be bad at it initially. When I first started public speaking and giving sermons, I was terrified. My first sermon wasn't polished, it wasn't perfect, but I showed up and gave it my best. Over time, through consistency, I got better. The Bible reminds us in James 1 and 4, let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. The key word here is perseverance. It's not about being perfect from day one. It's about sticking with it day after day after day. You have to be consistent. The more you show up, the better you get. Whether it's in business or faith, God rewards consistency. Don't let a few failures stop you. Push through that initial awkward phase because on the other side of that discomfort is growth. So, to hit your goals, it's simple. First, get an accountability partner who will push you when you need it. Second, set smart goals that are clear and measurable. Third, block out time in your schedule to work on your goals with intention. And lastly, be willing to suck at first and stay consistent because progress comes with perseverance. If you follow these steps, you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish. It worked for me in sales, business, and even in my faith journey. And I know it can work for you too. Before you go, if you're serious about leveling up your business and life, join our free community. Surround yourself with people who are on the same path of growth, and let's grow together. The link's in the description below. Click it, join us, and let's get to work.